Look, I actually think Lululemon's going to beat the quarter. I think everyone thinks they're going to beat the quarter. The question is going to be is where do we go from here? What's next? What's next year and what's in the next couple of years? And I think what the market doesn't really think about is the category that Lululemon plays in, which is basically apparel. Apparel is a very competitive industry. We were talking about maybe on this program 8 years ago about Under Armour being the best in class darling of the athletic apparel space. So, our concern about Lululemon is that the category of athletic apparel is, much smaller than athletic sneakers, for example. And we'd actually prefer Nike, where Nike is in a duopoly with Adidas, and we think that's a better category. So our real risk here with Lulu is that we think they're going to start to run into a wall in the next couple quarters where the growth starts to slow and expectations just are getting too high.
And you're seeing it there on the screen right now, looking for signals that the belt bag catalyst is waning. I just said upstairs with some of my younger colleagues, I said, wait, a belt bag, is that a fanny pack?
What is it?
Because, wait, it's a fanny pack, but it's back in style, so much so that even the 10-year-olds, Randy, are giving it as a birthday gift, 10-year-old boys. Why is a specific fashion item like, they call it a satchel, not a belt bag, but whatever, why is that a specific item like that so important to a retail brand the size of Lulu?
Yeah, and Satchel, we've all seen the movie Hangover, so we understand. But it is a belt bag, is what they call it. But I think the issue here is this belt bag is basically a fad. We've seen these fads come and go, and the actual contribution to revenue for the belt bag to Lululemon's revenues is not that high. But what happened in the year of 2022, starting around this time, is the belt bag craze got so severe or so hot that it caused extra amounts or excessive amounts of extra traffic and transactions to occur in the company store and on their website. And you just pointed it out. People are giving these gifts to 10-year-olds. And if you remember about 20 years ago, Coach ran into a problem where they were expanding their assortment to a younger audience, a teenager, if you will, and it started to alienate the core customer, the mom of that teenager. What Lululemon does with this belt bag attracting the 10-year-old is it could alienate the core consumer and have them go to other brands. Like a brand we're seeing in the marketplace really grow right now is Vuori. So competition's always just coming up the corner, and that's something that we want to watch and monitor for Lululemon going forward.
Vuori is very good. I have several of their garments which I bought online. I would say the one thing I would challenge you on is the idea that Lululemon for many, many years now has been able, in a way, not to reinvent themselves, but to stay fresh. When you go into a Lululemon store, chances are it's going to be maybe the second or third most crowded store in the mall after the Apple store.
Look, I don't disagree. The company's done a great job of keeping things fresh, but at the end of the day, they're also starting to reach into other product categories to try to extend that growth. Case in point is the footwear offering. The footwear offering hasn't done well for the company, and it might show that the company's strategy is getting a little kind of going in the wrong direction. So that's our concern going forward. Is a lot of the easy growth has been had here, and the growth ahead will be tougher to come by.
How important is China to Lulu's growth?
Yeah, China is a great story for the company. I'll admit that, and I think they've done a great job there. But when you think about the contribution of China to the overall fundamentals, it's less than 20% of the business. Obviously, the bulls on the stock will point to China as a growth story going forward, and they're not wrong in that. However, the way the stock will trade going forward is really what happens in the United States market, and that's where they've done excessively much better than the balance of the retailers out there in the U.S. i.e., metrics are at peak levels here. So what we think is going to happen from a stock trading perspective is the market's going to really focus on what happens in the United States, irrespective of the nice growth in China, and that's what's going to matter to the story of the stock as we go into 2024. And again, we think those risks for the U.S. market are now rising.
All right, Randy, thank you very much. Randy Konik, we appreciate your time today.